This is your WCIA 3 forecast first.
All right, we've had a few scattered showers and storms out there. Look at the radar. We're going to zoom in to really kind of see some of these. And here's a guy right here into Christian County that's got a pretty good little cell there, and then into southeastern portions of Sangamon County. Mechanicsburg, just west of Mount Auburn, a little storm there. And as we put the motion on the radar loop, and you can kind of see these little cells continue to kind of just meander out there tonight. We'll see these come to an end over the next few hours like we've seen pretty much the entire week. But the heat, not going anywhere. It's still 90 in Springfield. As a matter of fact, it's going to get even warmer by the time we hit the weekend. Still 78 at 9 o'clock tonight. We'll talk about the chance for a little bit of rain and when we may feel like 100 degrees with the heat index. That's coming up. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA 3 News.
We're on the brink of a full reopening in Phase 5 tomorrow, but is all of central Illinois in the clear? Plus, it's a theft that not only makes your streets more dangerous, but you're paying for the fix as well. And downtowns are not dead. Which small town is getting a big money for a major makeover?
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
We're not wanting to see cases spike and start to climb again. So we're just asking people, use this same common sense.
Phase 5 starts tomorrow with a full reopening of the state, but as businesses prepare for that change, health officials are sending a warning. Good evening, I'm Jessica Coons. Jennifer is off tonight. Right now, more than half of adults in the state have been vaccinated. That number is helping us reopen, but some vaccination numbers in central Illinois aren't as high as officials want them to be. WCIA 3's Jamie Mays is live in the newsroom. Jamie, people excited about tomorrow, but they should still be careful.
That's right, Jessica. That's the bottom line from public health officials. The state is fully reopening tomorrow, but that doesn't mean the disease has disappeared. Businesses are preparing for some big changes.
There are going to be more groups and acts that are going to be available and traveling the country and available to perform for audiences.
Now that the state is moving to Phase 5, that's a move Fisher Theater is welcoming. They will be able to operate at 100% capacity.
We've just been asking the experts and asking them to partner with us and help us plan what we do and how we do it. And that's everything from cleaning procedures to how we have organized our volunteers who help us do what we do.
But the Vermilion County Health Department says people should still be cautious.
Certainly, we're all looking forward to getting back to more of a normal life than we had before all this. But Vermilion County's numbers aren't where I'd like them to be. We still have more positive cases coming in than I'd like, more folks in the hospital than I'd like, and those vaccination numbers just are not keeping up with where I'd like to be at this point in the game.
Some counties have struggled to get some age groups vaccinated. In Ford County, 42% of people 16 to 64 have had the shot, and 86% 65 and older have been vaccinated. In Vermilion County, about 65% of the population that is 65 and older is fully vaccinated, and about 29% of the county has had all of their doses. The Boys and Girls Club says those numbers are a big part of their reason to continue to enforce masks.
We require masks for both staff and kids that attend. We don't allow outside people in at this point. We're starting to relax that a little bit for some of our partner programs if they've been vaccinated. But we'll continue right now to do that to keep our kids and staff and families safe.
We're really not out of the woods yet. We just really aren't. And so cautious optimism is a good thing.
Fisher Theater says they will continue to monitor cases, consult with health officials, and tighten restrictions if needed. Live in the newsroom, Jamie Mays, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Jamie, thank you. Let's take a look at the numbers. The state's Department of Public Health says 68% of adults have received at least one dose. 51% are fully vaccinated. More than 11.8 1.8 million people in Illinois have gotten a shot. There are over 360 new cases of COVID, and another 18 people have died. The state's positivity rate is still at 1.3%. Coming up at 6:30 right here on WCIA 3, we will have an hour special. It's called The Road to Recovery. You'll hear from the governor and the state's top doctor about Illinois' journey to phase 5, plus much more. Inmates at the Logan Correctional Center had to be relocated after a massive sewer leak, and that relocation drove some inmates to take action. WCIA 3's Cole Henke has the story.
Conditions at Logan Correctional Facility were so bad that 3 inmates chose to go on a hunger strike to draw attention to them.
We've been hearing that there was a sewage backup on grounds, and that women were literally walking through their own excrement on a certain housing unit or so at the facility.
The Logan Correctional Center is the largest penitentiary for women in the state. While conditions are appalling for inmate advocacy groups, they're not necessarily surprising.
I hate that they're going through this, but I am not surprised. We're letting it deteriorate. And it's the worst for the women.
The Illinois Department of Corrections confirmed the information about the sewage leak in a statement Thursday. They said 49 women in total were transferred to a different unit while it was fixed, and it was in there that the 3 inmates started the hunger strike. The statement also said the strike lasted 3 days, ending yesterday after they were moved back to their original unit.
And I think that the fact that the challenges have reached this level is a wake-up call that, like, we have to take action.
The state announced a plan last month to cut its women's prison population in half. Part of the plan is to ditch large facilities like Logan for a more regionalized approach. The Women's Justice Institute says this is just more evidence the change is needed. Reporting in Logan County, I'm Cole Henke.
The last time the state shut down a women's prison in the state was 2013. Dwight Correctional Center was closed because of Illinois' budget crisis. Women were moved from that facility to Logan. We have new information from yesterday's jet ski accident at Clinton Lake. We now know the name of the man who drowned there. The DeWitt County coroner says the victim is 53-year-old Armando Borrego from Pontiac. He was swimming toward a jet ski when he went under. The Department of Natural Resources is investigating that accident. One person was hurt in a rollover on I-74 this afternoon. This happened just before the Mattis Avenue overpass in Champaign. The driver lost control and hit the median cables, and traffic was backed up near there for some time. A dangerous problem in Macon County is only getting worse. People have been stealing road signs, and recently it's been stop signs specifically. WCIA 3's Sarah Lehman joins us now. And Sarah, not only dangerous, this is actually a pricey problem.
Absolutely. Driving through Macon County right now, you might not see the problem. Most of the signs like this one have been replaced, but the money to do that is coming out of your pocket. Macon County engineer Bruce Bird says each stop sign costs about $45. Bird says that's the cheapest part. He says they also have to pay for equipment needed to replace the signs and the man hours. He says when you factor all of that in, it could cost hundreds of dollars. But he says the worst part about the thefts isn't the money, it's the safety hazard.
From a safety standpoint, it's a huge deal. There's a potential accident to happen, and that's the thing that we're most concerned about more than anything else.
Bird says already they've had to replace 5 stop signs. Last fall, they dealt with people stealing other road signs. Now, tonight at 10, you'll hear from a man who says he's seen firsthand the danger of a problem like this one.
All right, looking forward to that report. Sarah, thank you. Cities in central Illinois have considered installing license plate reader cameras with one goal in mind: keeping people safe. Now the village of Rantoul is installing them. Police say when they get to the scene of a crime, they don't always get a lot of information from witnesses, so they're hoping these cameras will help. There are 12 going up around the village. The technology will also alert police officers to cars that are stolen. Overall, they say it's about improving safety.
We're hoping that these cameras will help us identify suspect vehicles, suspects who may be involved, to help bring them to justice. And again, it's to hopefully provide some safety to the community and maybe reduce these shootings that we're having in town.
Those cameras will be installed throughout the summer. An orange and blue team is pedaling across America. Now, this bike ride is all about beating cancer. Also tonight, it's getting a $1 million makeover, which downtown is getting major money for a streetscape improvement project. Kevin, if you don't have a pool, maybe get the sprinkler out, hose
Get the
something.
hose. I mean, that's what back in the day for me. They just got the hose out and
Does the trick.
I mean, slip and slides.
Yeah, when you're older than 10, they hurt.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right? So true. Good old days, right? And yeah, you're going to want to be around some kind of water or air conditioning to keep you warm. That's Florida American Gibson City Area Hospital. Camera. Sunshine, plenty of it. 88 today. Tomorrow, we make it to the 90s. We'll talk about the warmth for the weekend, feeling close to 100. Coming up.